This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by JackThreads. Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo on Revision 3. I'm your host, John Rettinger, and you can ask me any question that you have from the wide world of technology. Up this week on Ask the Buffalo, we're continuing our advice for aspiring tech reviewers and YouTuber series. We're going to be talking about affordable options for lighting, for audio, and how to try and best manage and navigate the YouTube tagging waters and how to best title your video to make sure that you get all the notice you deserve. This is Ask the Buffalo. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue our advice for aspiring tech reviewers and YouTube series. The feedback has been pretty positive. I think it's been helpful for you guys, certainly helpful for me to sort of go through and remember all the techniques that helped build a little bit of success and maybe revisit some of them in my own personal and professional life. So I can thank you for that as well. One of the big questions that I got was, John, why are you doing this? And on the outside, it would seem that I'm helping people to compete with me. And I suppose that is a little bit true. I've always been of the mindset, though, that the whole tech reviewing community and YouTube as a whole and online video as a whole are really part of a big family. Whenever someone achieves success, it just gives more credibility to the whole medium and to everyone that's involved in it. So if you get huge and successful and get millions and millions of subscribers, it's going to make what I do seem more credible. And it's going to make what I do get more attention. So really everybody's best served. So don't view things as competitive or competition. Try and help everyone when you can, and you'll find that you'll be better off for it in the long run. Pay it forward, good karma, and the rest of that business. So we've already talked about how to deal with the haters, how to get through some of that kind of stuff, which can be a bit difficult, how to best tailor your content for make videos that you want to see. So for a lot of folks, using a camera phone or whatever camera you happen to have handy is more than going to suffice. You've got an iPhone handy, go ahead and use that. You've got your Android device, chances are it's got a pretty good camera, go ahead and use that as well. But if you want to go ahead and pick up a more solid camera and you want to sort of take that next step up, let me tell you what I use. I am by no means a camera aficionado. I can name everyone's cell phone and tablets and all the specs and how much they pay just by looking at it. But when it comes to cameras, I don't know aperture from exposure to lens millimeters. I just don't know it. And I've been trying to learn, I've been trying to augment that knowledge, but cameras just are such a foreign thing to me. That's why we have Mike Perlman. So a lot of people go the DSLR route for video, look at things like the Canon T2i, the 60D and things along those routes, and they shoot incredible looking video. Unfortunately for me though, I don't know how to get incredible looking video out of them. If I spent a long time, hopefully I could learn, as I assume anybody out there could, but DSLRs for me were just a little bit too complicated. If you think it's something that you want to learn or have a bit of an acumen for, then go ahead and check out a DSLR. One thing to keep in mind, this is a little bit of a strange thing. Oftentimes there's a cap on how long a video you can shoot. It's a gigabyte cap, but it usually translates to about 12-ish minutes before it's going to cut you off. And the reason they do that is because of taxes. In a lot of countries, when you have a camera that can shoot video for over a period of time, it's technically qualified as a video camera and gets taxed differently. So to keep a product from getting double taxed as a still and a video camera, they have that cap there. And almost all cameras are going to have that. So a little bit something to keep in mind. If you shoot long videos, you can ramble a lot like somebody else, then you're gonna wanna every now and then hit the stop button, hit record again so you can continue. DSLRs are a great way to go. I've had really good luck though with dedicated camcorders, and that's what I shoot the majority of my videos with. Right now I'm using a Canon Vixia HSG10. I believe it was about a $1,200 camera, and the video quality has been absolutely tremendous. What I love about it was that it gave me a bit of manual control. For those of you guys that have seen my videos 8 months ago, before I picked up the Canon, you'll notice that my audio was atrocious. It was absolutely awful. This Canon model has support for external audio options, which has been really, really helpful. What I'm using right now, and you can probably see it right here, I've got a wireless lav mic. It's Audio Technica. It was about $100. I picked it up from Sammy's camera. I went in there and just grabbed it. It's got this wireless receiver. Then it's got a receiver, the 3.5mm jack that sits right on top of the camera. And I've got the lav mic hooked up right here. It's actually why in all the Ask the Buffalo videos I'm wearing something that has a zip down so I can hook up this lavalier mic to it. Makes the audio just sound much better, and it's not a giant price premium. The next thing that you're going to want to worry about, and it's something that's really inexpensive that you can fix very easily, is lighting. How are you going to get the best light? So you can go out, you can buy lighting kits for anywhere from $150 to a couple $1,000s. Some that are going to have LEDs, some that are going to have light bulbs that are going to make you sweat, some that have soft boxes and other kind of boxes. Those are great options and they work. That's what the professionals use, but you don't necessarily have to have those. You can go ahead and go to Target, Walmart, whatever is near you, and find some pretty decent lamps. You know, some of the lamps with the 3 little prong things come out of it that have 3 bulbs are always going to work pretty nicely. You're going to want something that's going to give you a bit more natural light. Right behind me, I've got a sort of a small light box that's got a bit of reflective material inside. I actually use that same light when I'm filming down to film all of my cell phones or laptop videos. However, the best tool to make your videos look as professional as possible is to master video editing. And the best thing, what we do, is we have a John Quach. John Quach edits every single one of our Ask the Buffalo videos. I film them, Noah films them, and we send John the raw footage, and he does all the magic that you guys see in the final product. He takes me from looking pale and almost see-through to looking like I've got a sort of healthy tan. He gets rid of some of the bags under my eyes. He makes the audio look good. He puts in the B-roll. So if you can't get your own John Quach, and don't take him, because he's ours, and we love him here, but that would be to learn how to master a video editing suite. So the least expensive option would be something like Windows Movie Maker if you're on the PC side. If you're on the Mac, iMovie. And there are a ton of other free options out there that'll let you do some video editing. There are 30-day trials of products as well that you can try and see if they're best for you. Sony Vegas has a 30-day trial. A lot of the Adobe products also have 30-day trials. So you can go ahead and give those a shot as well. All right, so next we're gonna talk about how to go through and take that video that you've made and put it on YouTube so people are going to see it. We're gonna talk about some tips for tagging and titling. But before we do, I wanna thank our friends and sponsors at JackThreads. Only suckers pay full price. If you love alternate apparel brands like Hurley, Stussy, but hate wasting all your cash on them, listen up. You can score these premium brands at up to 80% off every day. There's a new invite-only shopping club just for guys called JackThreads, serving you up street, skate, and surfwear brands at prices that will melt your brain. There's a waitlist to join, but if you head on over to jackthreads.com/techno, you'll get instant access to the killer hookups. Go to jackthreads.com/techno, get instant access, and get all your Stussies on. I used to draw the Stussy S when I was in high school. You do the 3 lines and make the S. So go ahead and sign up. That was a story you didn't need to know for JackThreads, and show your support for Techno Buffalo. So jackthreads.com/techno. Now back to the show. All right, so you've got your video, now you want to upload it. And now you're looking at a screen, you're not sure what to type in. You've gone and you've hit upload, and now you have to title it, you have to put in comments, and then you got this thing called tags. Be as descriptive as you can in your titles, but also know that people aren't going to see a full long title. So if you're reviewing like the iPhone, don't write review of the iPhone 4S from Apple, 32GB model, done by your name. People aren't gonna read that long. Keep it short, keep it simple. iPhone 4S review, iPhone 4S review for you. Whatever it is, just keep it short, keep it simple, and keep it direct. Don't do things like official iPhone 4S review, because it's not official. It's gonna make you look like a jackhole, is the honest answer, and people do things like that. And everybody knows it's not official. If it doesn't say by Apple, it's just gonna make you look incredible. At least that's my opinion. Picking a thumbnail is another thing you can do to help improve your video quality. Oftentimes YouTube is going to pick a random thumbnail for you. Spend some time and stage a picture. If your computer has a webcam, you could stage a picture there. You can edit a picture if you want using a ton of free editing software. Something like GIMP, for example, works very well. But spend some time figuring out what that image needs to be. If it's an iPhone 4S review, for example, show the phone and write 4S reviews. People can see it. I'd be surprised how many people will click on something just based on that thumbnail. All right, so next let's talk about description. Try and put in a pretty detailed description of the product. And you want to do it as honestly as possible, but if you're doing, we'll keep it the 4S review. You want to write iPhone 4S review in there right up top so people are going to see that. And then you want to give a bit of description about what you're going to talk about. So I talk about iOS 5 on the iPhone 4S, talk about Siri on the iPhone 4S, talk about how the iPhone 4S looks and feels in the hand and compared to other Android devices. You want to write all that stuff out. Google's going to go through and they're going to essentially crawl the site and they're going to check for some of those keywords. Now you want to keep it organic. You don't want to just write iPhone 4S, iPhone 4S, iPhone 4S 30 times because that's going to hurt you and that's actually going to get you dropped down. But if you keep it organically and it looks natural in the context, you'll find that your rankings will start to go up. And that means people that are searching for iPhone 4S reviews will start to see yours earlier. All right, so now let's talk a bit about tags, and tags are super tricky. So first thing, it's something that I learned not that long ago, is you can use quotation marks. And quotation marks are going to essentially take a string of words, put them together into one tag. If you don't have quotation marks, every separate word is its own tag. So iPhone 4S review, iPhone would be a tag, 4S would be a tag, and review would be a tag. If you put quotation marks and you write iPhone 4S review, then iPhone 4S review becomes its own tag. So you want to be as specific with that as possible. iPhone 4S review, iOS 5, Siri, and things like that. You want to make sure you are giving as much detail as possible. When people are searching for those strings, that's going to at least help the most for your videos to come back up to the top of that list. So this has been just a brief summation of some of the tips and tricks you can do to be successful on YouTube. When you do become successful and become a gigantic trillionaire, don't forget John Rettinger, the folks at Techno in Buffalo who helped you. I hope that you guys enjoyed. These are some stuff that I've learned throughout the years. Obviously, there are much more to learn and much more to know, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Stuff that maybe you learned and you are looking to learn, and stuff that you know, and we could share and create a dialogue. We can all help each other. For all your tech news, be sure to check out technobuffalo.com. We've got reviews, unboxing, rumors, tutorials, obviously how-to stuff, and all kinds of other tech news. Come on, check it out. We'd love to have you. Thank you to our friends and sponsors at JackThreads. Be sure to go to jackthreads.com/techno to get instant access today. I am John Rettinger, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. We're done. Ask the buffalo. Jazz hands. Turn off.